Whoa. Don't even have it right. There we go. This over here. Just getting started. 15 minutes late. Not too bad. Trying to warm up. Just give it a moment. I think the notifications are out now. And we got some things to talk about today. So I'm just going to give it just a minute here. Let's go over to the chat. The truth today? All right. RD Tyndale, thanks for joining. CCM, thank you, sir. Thank you for helping manage things as usual and putting out the good word. Thank you very much. Slick 2386, welcome. Thank you for joining. And that's me saying I'm going to be late. All right. Chris, good evening. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Slick, it's going. I'm doing all right. I'm defrosting right now. It's cold, but not like crazy cold. So, I can't complain. I'm definitely going to try to keep the stream today I'm going to definitely try to end it by 3 o'clock. I know I like to do the streams about 45 minutes, but as soon as we start talking about Seeker, everything just goes off the rails. And I go into this weird time hole. And I don't want to leave my kids waiting for me in a parking lot at school. So I'm going to have a hard stop at 3 o'clock, no matter what the subject is. So I'll try to get through as much of it as possible. I'd like to hear about the play token. If it's a piece of shit. I don't have my device with me, but the project is slowly evolving, and I think it's going to take a little bit of time. The airdrop was disappointing. There were some things that happened on the back end that I think had some scammy vibes, and the coin dropped dramatically, and people weren't able to capitalize on it. If you take a look at the chart, it just keeps going this way. So that's not the way you want the chart to go. Okay, so in this stream, I'm going to be talking about the state of DePIN, because I was asked about that a few times now. And we're also going to talk about Seeker Season 2. I'm going to go over some of the ways to optimize what you're doing to make the most out of it. One of the categories that I wasn't able to fill properly or level up was on-chain. And I have some recommendations. So I was searching around and I found some things. And maybe if you have some suggestions on how to get that on-chain category filled out with the most efficient way to fill it out. How about that? And then we'll also take a look at some Seeker dApps. So new dApps have been released. There's one that's called Cherry. They said something about an airdrop. I don't know really about that, but we'll explore it. I saved some posts, so we'll take a look at that. So I'm going to start off with DePIN, because like I had mentioned, when I start talking about Seeker, I go into a void of time, and then all of a sudden I'm running late. So we'll go into DePIN first, and then we'll cover all the other topics, okay? All right, so one other thing is, in between these subjects that I'm going to be talking about, I'll take a brief break. We'll jump into the chat. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. I'm not an expert. I'm just an enthusiast. So take my words with a grain of salt. And if you're new here, this is my third stream called Mainnet. If you don't mind smashing that like button, especially right now at the beginning of the stream, it's supposed to be where it's useful. I can reach as many people as possible. Thank you very much. If you like the content, consider subscribing. Let's get into the first one. And that is the state of DePIN. And so it's an annual document that gets released by Messari. And this one's written by David Blaine and Salvador Gala. It was published last week, January 28th. It's a 59-page report. That's an analysis of everything that's happening in the DePIN space. It's very thorough. It's it's a slide deck, so you can go through it pretty quickly. But the data in there is very interesting, and it's kind of talking about the current narrative about DePIN and where we're heading. So I've linked that in the description. Later on, I'll pin it in the comments. So depending on when you're watching this video, you'll be able to quickly reference it. And basically everything else that I'm talking about should already be in the description. If there's something new that I talk about or some questions and things that people want to know, I'll make sure I add it later. So we'll go over this report. I'm not going to try to bore you with this. I'm going to give you the highlights and just like the main points so you can take away with it. I don't want to spend too much time on this. If you are interested in it, definitely check out the full report. It's linked down below. So the first question is DePIN dead? This is all over X, and people are wondering if DePIN's dead. It's not dead. DePIN is maturing right now, and I think that's basically the theme of this report. There's a lot of DePIN projects that I'm in, a lot of other people are in, that went to zero. And will they recover? I don't know. Some of them are. There's one called Wayru, which I joined at the beginning of last year. It seemed like it had a lot of potential, but that one's dead. So I'm expecting more of this. I don't think this is over. It seems like this is the beginning of that routing phase where everything is just, if it's not generating revenue or if it's not a real project, it's going to shift and die. So they highlighted a few things over here, and they're talking about in 2025, every DePIN, it was focused on the supply side, a passionate community. I'm a passionate member of the community, and I jumped into a lot of projects in 2024 that may have not made sense. In 2025, I changed the way I was looking at things. I changed my perspective, and I was really focused on projects that were generating revenue or actually filled a real need, because there's a lot of copy and paste projects out there. So a lot of these projects had a promise of $1 million in ARR that weren't verifiable. Ecosystem partners, projects partnering with other projects for marketing purposes. It makes it sound good, but did it actually help? Probably not. And listings on centralized exchanges. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but listing on a centralized exchange is not cheap. It costs quite a bit of money, depending on the exchange, especially the top tier ones. They can be 50,000 or more. So these projects have to pay this fee to get listed, and they want to recoup after they've paid that. So you got to keep that in mind when you're evaluating a project. Only a few of the leading DePINs have miners that make money from paid users, not incentives. That's a big deal. Revenue that benefit the token and stakers, another big deal. Customers who spend more each month. So this is net retention. These are people that are using the DePIN project, whatever it is, and they're staying on. And a really good example of that is Helium Mobile. They have a cellular service, and they're pretty much in certain states in the United States. I don't believe they're in all of them. I believe they're only in the United States right now, but this is where retention matters, and they're able to keep these customers because of good quality of service. And yeah, that monthly reoccurring income keeps coming in here. Low cost way of financing deployments. I'm going to be talking a little bit about InfraFi. This is a new term to me, and maybe you guys have heard of this before, but this is a new term to me. It's stated in this document a few times, and I think this is going to be the trend of financing when it comes to the DePIN space. So the first part is going to be real on-chain revenue. And in 2025, the ecosystem generated an estimated $27 million of on-chain revenue. So that's combined. That's going to be everything combined. Indicating usage-driven activity rather than pure speculation. So in 2021 and beyond, a lot of it was driven by the community and speculation. These things are getting corrected as we speak. And especially in the market that we're in right now, speculation is just not going to do it. You have to have something real. And that's something that's happening right now. Leading networks are now trading much lower than revenue multiples compared to 2021. And in 2021, a key thing over here is that they were trading at 1,000x the revenue. Right now, it's a little bit more realistic. We're sitting at about 10 to 25. This is somewhat normal. I'd like to see it closer to 10. That's like a really, really tight spot to be in right now. It's not so generous and proving your worth to the community, especially when the community is investing into it. That matters. So that's basically the on-chain revenue part and revenue decoupling. Now, this is one thing that I wanted to point out right now, which is going to be really good if you're looking to invest in a DePIN project, because the revenue and the token price, they're not matching. They've completely decoupled and they've changed course, and that might be mostly just because of the market itself. Everything is down quite dramatically, but these projects, they've listed a few over here, and these are not all of them. There's a few more, but they had 6 in the report that they were focused on. They're generating real money, and it doesn't correlate to the token price. So if you're looking at investing, right now is a really good time to dive into these projects and see which one meets your requirements, meets your budget, and has a potential for growth. So some key elements over here. Probably what I'll do if you're interested is I can link a bunch of projects that I've sort of filtered through, and I'll put it on my blog, and you can sort of comb through that and get some research information on that. So that's an important part right over there. Financing and capital trends. Financing capital trends, this is where things are starting to shift. Okay, so on the plus side, you can see that private capital remains strong. DePIN startups raised approximately $1 billion in 2025. This is mainly at seed or Series A staging. This is huge because even though all the prices have been depressed, the speculators have seemed to evacuated the market right now. They're really judging the project on what it's worth and the potential of it. So I think this is a positive sign. This InfraFi, I gotta say this better because it's a tongue twister for me, anyways. InfraFi is emerging alternative to financing models and supporting DePIN deployments. So this is a way of investing in a project on a platform. I think there's one called USDI. When I remember the name, I'll put it down below. You vest into their portfolio with stable coins, and it earns a yield. The yield is somewhere around 7 to 15%. I think that's the range. So you're going to be earning interest on the tokens that you're putting in, and then select projects are invested into for infrastructure for whatever they need, and you're making a return. It's just another way of investing in a project rather than picking up a bunch of hardware that I have behind me. So it's a really interesting play. We'll go into the next one. So strategic path and growth. Now, the report argues that there's only a few paths remain viable for DePIN and to scale sustainability. Adopting new financing models like InfraFi, focusing on CapEx light infrastructure, which is a little bit difficult. A lot of the projects that I'm looking at, the upfront cost is pretty substantial, with a rapid payback economics, and then capitalizing on speculative capital cycles and bull markets. So I put a unicorn over here because they seem to be looking for a unicorn right now. There is a few projects, because I know I'm going to be asked about that. There is a few projects that do sort of fit these criteria. They're listed in this documentation, as well as I put some of my own in here. Some of these projects, GEODNET, if you haven't heard about this project, this is one of the biggest ones that's out there. The most sustainable one, generating real money. Excellent project. 4D Sky is a new project, so you're speculating on this one, but they already have, I believe, 1 or 2 clients already. They're working around airports in the UK area. So that's a really positive project of what they're doing. It's drone delivery and tracking it. Grass is another one. ROVR is a really good project. I'm in this one as well. XNET, I've been watching XNET for a very, very long time. I'm really bullish on XNET. They're also generating revenue, very similar to how Helium is offloading data and they have pretty big contracts with like AT&T. Large carriers in the United States are offloading through projects like this, which is very positive. And then the OG in the space over here, Filecoin. Oh, that's next. Okay, so that's DePIN. And DePIN is not dead. It's just consolidating and getting stronger. We have to be a little bit patient with that. We'll just jump back here in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, I already got that one. What's up? What do we have over here? Brawlout. Welcome. My 5-week not giving me daily app use. Okay, so I'm going to go over this a little bit, and we'll compare notes just to sort of see what's happening over here. So you're saying you can unplug. Yes, Wayru's done. Wayru sent out an email about a month ago. You can check their X account. They've closed up shop, and they've open sourced everything with their hardware. And you can if you have one of their access points, you can repurpose it and use it for your own needs. I want to make a video on it, but I just don't know how to do it yet. So I haven't had the time to play around. So once I get that done, I will attempt it on my own, and then I'll document it and put it out there. But yeah, Wayru, if you have their hardware device, it's done. Sad to see. I really did think that Wayru had some potential. Heroes de Silencio, welcome. Okay, so let's get into Seeker Season 2. And what I'm going to do is, I was trying to connect my phone. I don't know if that's going to work, but maybe I'll first talk about the different categories for Season 2, and then we'll just go over some of the apps, and then we can sort of figure it out from there. All right. There we go. Okay. So for Seeker Season 2, the categories have changed a little bit. And the one category that I had problems with was on-chain. And on-chain requires you to do a lot of transactions. I don't think I realized how many transactions that you have to do in order for you to max out and get to level 5 on-chain. I believe on-chain was a reason why I didn't get the top tier and I was the tier below. It's just because the transactions weren't there. So when I was researching this, and I believe this is all accurate. If you don't believe this is accurate, let me know. On-chain is going to be for staking, swaps, and just any type of transaction. In order for you to maximize this, you want to have a minimum of 5 to 10 organic transactions per day. And this is going to help build a baseline, and then you can grow from that. Some documentation and some posts that I read was indicating that you need about 50 transactions per day. I don't know how realistic that is. Also, I don't know how much it's going to cost you. Like, you can do swaps from one coin to another and then swap it back. That's going to cost something in transaction fees, probably minimal, but there is going to be a cost. And then you're also possibly could lose out on the coin if there is a lot of volatility. So that's something to consider. So they're saying over here that for Jupiter, for swaps, Jupiter and Backpack are good apps that you can use. Then for staking, you can use Jito or Perina. I am using Lulo, and what else am I using? Drift, Lights, and I'm using Jupiter as well. Okay. And what else do I have in here? Jito and Save. Marinade Finance is another one that I'm using for staking. For passive boosts, keep DePIN mining apps like Grass. Grass is actually one of the projects I previously talked about. We have Helium in here, or be very careful if you're using Or. Or mining isn't really mining. You're actually playing roulette. So be careful with that one. You can lose a bit. Monitor your levels in the app wallet. Okay, so this is actually another good thing to do is do a couple transactions. If maybe do the suggested 5 to 10, try to spread them out during the day, because apparently it doesn't work so good when you bundle them all in together. Spread them out and try it for a couple of days, maybe Monday to Wednesday, and then go into your wallet and check out how it's doing. If you're seeing those bubbles blow up a little bit bigger, then you're probably on the right pace. You could just keep that pace and keep it going. Or if you don't see any changes, then you might have to increase it a little bit. So the other thing in season 2 is the in the store circle is gone. Thank God it's gone. So there's only 2, and it's a lot easier to achieve these 2. I've already finished mine. I did mine on Tuesday, and it was actually pretty simple to fill these circles. One thing I definitely have to note is that the new things category definitely has a delay. When I was trying out new things, it didn't populate, especially last Tuesday. I tried a lot of new things and nothing actually populated, and didn't record anything at all on Tuesday. So I don't know what happened. Maybe you guys had problems last Tuesday as well. But anyways, new things is going to be in the dApp store. Install the recommended dApps or featured dApps. And then once you have them installed, open them up and then connect your wallet and try to use them for like 5 minutes. Before you close it right away, try to use it for about 5 minutes, get some use out of that, and then shut it down. That should help you fill out this category. For new things, if you can do a couple of those a day, that should be more than enough. I've done 5 or 6 in a day, and then that ring closed immediately. That's what I just did on Monday. So I was pretty surprised with that. dApp usage. So dApp usage is going to be regular and meaningful interactions with apps. Open them multiple times a day, the ones that you use the most, and then interact with them, perform actions like trades, claims, gameplay, do some deposits and in-app features if there's features in there, especially if there are advertised features in there, try to use them. That's one way to do it. What else do we have here? Going to see if I can connect my phone. 1 second here. All right, hopefully this works. I don't know if this is too small, but let me know if you're having problems seeing this. So this is my Seeker phone. And I'm going to go into the dApp store. Let's see what we got over here. All right, so here is the wallet. Okay, so here's the category. Let me just go from the start. Okay, so here is the main window. And so I'm staking, like I had mentioned previously, I'm staking my airdrop, half of my airdrop. The current APY right now is 21%. Staking should also help for season 2 airdrops. So if you're staking the Seeker coin, especially in your Seeker wallet, that should help. We'll go down into onchain now. This is my onchain activity. It's pretty consistent, but it's not enough. I'm only at level 3. You can see on the 31st, that sucked. I don't know if it shows me why. Not a lot of transactions, but that's the way my on-chain is. And I think this is the reason why I didn't level up last season. So if you're at level 3 like me, you might have to perform more transactions. And then down over here, we have dApps. So instead of 3 categories, we have 2 categories, new things and dApp usage. It's exactly what I had said before, getting that usage up. Keep the apps open for just a period of time. It doesn't seem to have to be anything extreme. I think 10 minutes per app is more than enough. For some people, that might be painful, but that's the way it looks. One other thing I wanted to point out over here. Yeah, you can see that I've completed a few weeks. Week 2, I think, yeah, this is the one that I didn't complete. I'm not really sure what happened over here and the other one. So the rest of the weeks are completed except for week 2. Let me go into this daily use. Now this is, today didn't populate. Okay, so last Tuesday, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody else has this issue. Nothing was recorded. It didn't matter what I did that day, and I actually did a lot. I use an app called App Dilemma, and this actually records it. So no matter what, if the Seeker app doesn't show what apps I'm using, App Dilemma will always record it for me. And last Tuesday, I mean, you can see I had some use here, right? There is, a decent amount. So anyways, just wondering if I'm the only one with that problem. Okay. In terms of apps, let me just see if you guys have any questions, and I'll get back to this. Sorry, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in there. I'll try my best to answer them. think I've finished off here. So Solana, so this time Solana phone will launch in India. Will it launch in India? I don't know if it's going to launch in India. Yeah, I don't know if that changed. So it didn't launch. They pre-sold in India, but they didn't ship to India because there was problems with, I believe it was the battery, and it didn't meet their regulatory outlines or whatever that is. Didn't meet the specifications, so they denied access or denied entry to those. And I don't know if that's changed. I don't know if it's a paperwork thing, but I'm not sure right now if they're going to be in India or not. Maybe you can get them off eBay, but then you're kind of, I don't really recommend buying phones off eBay, especially the Seeker one. They could sell you a Seeker phone with the address already minted, and then you lose the biggest benefit out of it. So I'm using the Seeker stacking. Okay, micro scale garage. Should you move it? Where do you want to move it? If you are staking it, definitely one place that's a great place is to stake it in your seed vault, in your SKR wallet. That's going to be the best place. Because if this is going to count towards the airdrop for season 2, it's going to have a significant role. I'm pretty sure it is. It's listed over here under my activity. Even though they haven't stated that, it is listed here. So I'm thinking it's going to have a pretty significant role. Piper Academy. All right. Great guys over there. The Scottish from New Zealand. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. Blackie Chan. Thank you for coming on. You're 31st. Okay, so maybe there's a problem. This is the other thing that I sort of have an issue with is if there's an issue, they don't tell you. You have no idea if there's a problem. So you're left guessing. Maybe the issue's on your side and you're going to try to do all this extra stuff and you end up wasting your time. Transparency is a little bit of a problem, I think, with this. And as I was talking about the purge that's happening in the DePIN space, a lot of the times that has a lot to do with transparency. And I really hope that the Seeker team is a little bit more transparent when they have issues, especially when they're going to be doing airdrops and people are buying the phone for the airdrop, even though I don't recommend doing it for this season. You should be a little bit more precise about what effort is required in order to qualify. Thank you. Big hug back, Trey Canny, RR. Thank you for joining. Do you think that regular apps in the Seeker, not those in the dApp store, will also contribute? Regular apps, no, I don't believe so. So I think you're talking about the Google Play Store. One app that I use a lot is Capture Go. Capture Go is going to be a project I'll talk about in just a minute here. This is a new project. It's in beta. I'm on this one all the time, and it does not even register. So I highly doubt that regular apps will count towards usage. They want specific ones from the dApp store. Capture Go is talking about getting listed in the dApp store. So this app will more than likely at some point show up in there, just not right now. CCM, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay, let's see what else is happening here. Going to pulled myself off. Let me pull this off here. We'll go back here for a second. And just going to check out a few more things over here. Yes, one thing I did want to mention. Amateur here. It's amateur hour. Okay, so one of the major providers in the DePIN space, a store that you can buy a lot of things from, is Helium Deploy. They have partnered with my channel many times. They've sent me lots of different DePIN projects. One thing I want to point out right now is because there's a purge that's happening in the DePIN space, they've pulled back. And if you go on their website, they announced this during a stream a few days ago. They're focusing right now on ASICs, more of the DePINs. And this is going to be more of a business move, not necessarily because DePIN sucks right now. This is just more of a business move. This is going to be more profitable for them. There's more interest in them, and it keeps them relevant. Right now, I think that's going to be the course for Helium deploy until things pick up in the DePIN space. I also believe they're going to be a lot more selective. So when we're talking about what's actually happening with DePIN and the death of some projects, this is one of these companies that's out there right now that is adapting to the changes, and they're going to just sit back a little bit, see what happens. In the meantime, they're going to be focusing on ASIC miners. There's lots of ASIC miners over here. So just wanted to point that out. If you don't know them, they're a bunch of great guys over there. Let's talk about some more apps. So a new app it's not new, but it's in the DePIN space. Sorry, it's in the Seeker phone. And a new feature that they have is the predictive markets. This is called Jupiter. I do a lot of swaps with Jupiter. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but this is a great app to do swaps with. It's going to help you with that on-chain category. And now they've included the features. They've teamed up with Polymarket, and you're able to use their predictive market strategies and everything else. So you can bet on the outcome of different events, whether it's political, sports, weather, just a wide range of them. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. This is a really good app that you can install on your Seeker phone. Another one is in the DePIN space, and this one is called 375 AI. 375 AI has already had their token generation event. So if you're installing this on your Seeker phone, you will earn something called the EAT token. Let's just see what the EAT token's worth right now. It's probably in the dumps as well. It's down 15% today. Okay. Let me pop this up here. So you can earn the EAT token by using this app. So this is an app that has real utility. It's scanning signals as you're roaming around. It runs in the background, which is very useful. You don't have to have it open. I had some problems installing 375 on my Seeker phone. I use it on my iPhone. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you're having issues with that. Anyways, you earn the token every epoch, and I believe that is every 2 weeks. And then you can immediately sell the token and generate some income if you want to. It's not going to be a lot. Monthly, it's a few bucks because everything sucks right now. But it is a solid project, and I can see this appreciating over time. So I'm not selling any of my tokens. I'm just waiting and seeing right now. And I was talking about another app that was just announced by the Seeker team, and they're talking about having an airdrop. So I wanted to bring it to your attention as well. This one's called Cherry Fun. This is a blockchain messaging app. So you can check out this app. You're sending private and secure DMs to other users that are on the Seeker phone. It's using the Seed Vault to connect. I've installed it. I've tried it out. Raptor Mining, if you're listening, I just added you. So if you don't have this, try it out. So you can send them messages with their Seeker ID. It's supposed to be private and secure. And here's one thing that you're probably going to want to know is that they're talking about an airdrop happening on February 10th. Today is February 4th. So you got about 6 days. And I'm assuming it's just going to come from using it, sending messages and blah, blah, blah. If you don't have anyone to send to, you can send it to me. My Seeker ID is CryptoJar.skr. All right. And I should probably just pull this up too. So let's see over here. CaptureGo was the one that I was just talking about. This is the website. CaptureGo is supposed to have a dApp that's going to be coming out in the Seeker store. But even if you don't have it, you can download it on your iPhone, or you can download it on your Android phone. You can install it on your phone. You can install it. I think my computer's crashing right now. I don't know if you can hear me, but I think my PC's crashing. Okay. I think I'm back now. Can you guys hear me? All right. Sorry about that. I think my PC's back. This is the problem when I have too many tabs open and I'm streaming at the same time. All right. So when I talk about DePIN projects that are pivoting, this is going to be one of them. So what they do is they're building a people-powered geospatial network. They're gathering real-time location data, traffic data, and they're pivoting into points of interest. And this is going to be a bigger category for them because this is where the interest is coming from. When we're talking about generating revenue for your project, that's exactly what CaptureGo is doing. They've pivoted a little bit and they're making sure that they're including data that people actually want. Like if you want to create a project and you want to generate revenue, you can't just hope that someone wants your data. You actually have to have some value. So they're pivoting and they're trying to fill that void and get the demand that's out there. So that's a really nice thing to see about a project. And yeah, I believe the limits for joining the project have changed. They're limiting the amount of people that you can jump onto because they're looking for quality data, not just people just jumping into the project and spamming it with God knows what, which we all see all over the place. So that's a great project. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Let me just jump back in the comments and we'll wrap up with a few more things. Looks like we've been on for almost an hour. Yeah, okay. So Alex Draw 6185. I actually just talked about this, so you can jump back a few seconds. There are some useful, maybe jump back a few minutes, but there are some useful dApps where you're not wasting your time. And like I had mentioned in previous streams, I don't really like wasting my time, especially on the phone. A lot of people have jobs and families and everything else. You want to be dedicating your whole day trying to use dApps. For swapping, Jupiter seems to be a really good app. Staking it, I'm using Lulo, but there's also other ones like Marinade Finance. Jito is another one. Those ones are great for staking and swapping. Actually, staking, swapping would be Jupiter. If you want to play something that's fun, then you can take a look at apps like Maddle Fund. I use Crypto Fantasy League. I would just made a guide on how to use Crypto Fantasy League. It's a short because a lot of people were confused about that one, so I put that out there. Token Run was a good one. Still is. I believe you're still gathering tokens. I haven't used it in a couple of days, but I'll be jumping into that. Those are some really good dApps that you can use that you're going to be using for a good period of time just because it's engaging enough. So your dApp usage will go up. And for the on-chain ones, you want to be doing things like staking, swapping, and any type of transactions, whether it's sending somebody some SOL, swapping SOL for Seeker and vice versa. I haven't tried. One thing I did want to try is just swapping stablecoins, USDC for USDT, and then scheduling it like a reoccurring schedule. Because when I was looking in Jupiter, I believe you can schedule that out. So when I was talking about it previously, you want to space out your transactions so it registers properly. Apparently that's an issue. So if you schedule it and you do like 3 or 4 at one time and then schedule a few more like a few hours later and so on, that should help. I am planning on making another cheat sheet guide. I'll post a video maybe in about a week or so if that's something you guys are interested in. That's like shortcuts to get past all of this stuff and just optimize your time on the Seeker phone. Yes, I like how Honeyland, don't see it in the Genesis NFT. It does not see it. I do not see it in the dApp store. I got it from Google Play. Oh, Honeyland, micro scale garage, Honeyland. I have not. Let me see if I have it. When I say I've installed a lot of dApps, I've pretty much installed every dApp in the store. So if it was there, I'm sure I used it at one point. Honeyland is there. Honeyland does not see your Seeker Genesis NFT. Okay, since you got it from the Google Play Store, I don't know. The app should be the app, regardless of where you got it from. I think it's supposed to be the same. I would say grab it from the dApp store and yeah, log in and see if there's a difference, because I'm not really sure about that. Yeah. Oh, your son's phone comes in today. Good stuff. Yeah. So then you can send it back and forth to you and your son. Just use your Seeker IDs. It looks like one of the requirements is that you need to at least send a few messages to somebody else in the ecosystem. So you can go ahead and do that. Still good. Thank you. Thank you, Slick, for confirming. Yeah, my computer freezes up a lot. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, staking. I'll just talk about staking. If you have any more comments, go ahead and put them in there in the chat, and I'll try to answer them. If you're new here, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of these streams. Hitting the like button will also let me know if I'm not wasting your time. All right. During my last stream, I was talking about staking the Seeker token. The Seeker token is now crushing it, because this post was just a few days ago, and nearly 70% of the supply, that's the airdrops that happened, nearly 70% of that is being staked. So 30% of that's being traded. A lot of wild action that's going on over there. But 70%, the vast majority of the Seeker token supply is being staked by 34,000 unique wallets. That's amazing. All right, so they had a little bit of a breakdown over here. The Seeker staking volume and the different amounts. And you can see that there's a healthy amount right over here between 10K and 20K. I think that's a reasonable amount to stake as well. That's what most people had staked. 16,000 people, to be exact. I believe that's about half of the people that were staked anywhere between 10 and 20,000. So that's really good. I believe that's a lot of the Vanguard category. But very, very positive stuff, especially if you believe in the ecosystem and you're staking. You want to see this. You want to see that there's retention and there's people holding on to the coin because they believe in it. I'm just going to jump over here into CoinGecko and check out the token. CoinGecko, for whatever reason, crashes my PC. So I won't spend too much time here. Bitcoin's at 73,000. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to hold those tears back. Okay, so Seeker, 0.01753 cents. This is, I think this is great. I don't know what your price predictions were. This is a month chart. The fact that we're over a cent and closer to 2 cents than we are to 1 cent is excellent. My price prediction for this coin was, for this token was going to be 1 cent. And it's holding its ground. And I believe the reason why it's holding its ground is because there's very little movement, maybe because 70% of the supply is staked. That's great. So I want to see if this continues for a full month. So that's a couple more weeks. But this is very positive for the ecosystem. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing here? Okay, there we go. So that is the stream. If you have any more comments, let me know, because I'm going to get ready to go soon. Would you say that place in a closet? No. Okay. So is it worth buying? I have it right now. The airdrop wasn't worth buying. I think the total amount I got from the airdrop was about 100 and I want to say $150, but not 100% sure. Can't remember. It wasn't enough to pay for it. The device itself was $200 at the time that I purchased it. I believe, about 60% was covered by the airdrop. It's not so bad. It's just the mischievous stuff that happened on the back end during the token generation event. left a bad taste in not only my mouth, but a lot of other people's. One thing that if you're looking to get the place on a device is, I think I was in the device yesterday. There's about 6 games that's in there right now. So there's a lot more development that needs to happen and a lot more releases before this is an entertaining device. The games are okay. They're not the most exciting games. I like playing sports games if I'm going to be playing a video game. So NBA 2K, all that stuff. There's a lot of like adventure games that are in there. I think the majority of them are. Maddle is, I believe, one of the games that's in there. And the rest are not coming to my mind. Anyways, if you're going to get the Play Solana device, the console, the PSG1, research the project and check out if you believe that there's going to be more growth. There's been a bit of a stall for games. So if you're using it as a gaming device, your selection is 6 games. It is a hardware wallet, so that's great. The hardware itself seems to be like it's a decent construction. The display is pretty nice as well. So yeah, I'm not sold on it right now. For $200, there's a lot of other devices, handheld devices, that you can get on like AliExpress that are emulators and do a whole bunch of stuff, and you might have more fun playing on those devices. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. You're welcome, Greg Cox. Thank you for coming on. All right, so here's a referral code if you're using CaptureGo. I think that's what he meant to say. Yep, you don't have to use mine. Use anybody's. CaptureGo. They're limiting, I believe, the referrals to 10 per user. So keep that in mind. Is it possible to earn anything from playing right now? Are we talking about Play Solana or are we talking about the Seeker phone? So if we're talking about earning from games on the Seeker phone, yes. Maddle is a game that does airdrops periodically. Loot Go is another one that opens up. You open up chests and there's raffles. So you put these raffle tickets in whatever category you want, and you could win a prize depending on what the prizes are. One of the prizes was a Seeker phone. They also give away tickets to events and stuff like that. So something to keep in mind. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I will try my best to keep it up. Yes, so this is his referral code. Oh, sorry, I think I read that wrong. You want my referral code? My referral code is going to be in the description. And if you're watching a replay of the stream, I'll pin it in the comments. Mine is... What is mine? My referral code is... DePIN Jar. So if you want to use mine is DePIN Jar. DEPINJAR. DePIN Jar. Play Solana. Yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't touched it very much because I'm so disappointed in it. So for Play Solana, if there's airdrops for activity on it, I have no idea because I'm so disconnected from that. I really should probably take a look at it again. All right. Most excellent games don't work on it. Yeah. Okay. Have you used Sui Play? Because Sui Play is by the team over at Sui, and their device, their gaming console, is actually a lot better because you can use other ecosystems. Like you can use Epic Games and so on. So you're not stuck to just what they have. They opened it up to Game OS, I believe is the name of it. You're welcome. You're welcome. DePIN Jar. That is it. Yep, that is my referral for CaptureGo. So that's the stream. Wow, I kept it to about an hour, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I hope this information was useful for you. If you're watching this a little bit later and there's something that you want me to touch on, whether it's Seeker, whether it's DePIN, whether it's nodes, let me know. Put a comment down there, and I'll do my best to answer them as much as possible. If it's a really big topic where there's lots of information, I'll contribute a portion of my stream to it. and we'll talk about it. Slick, you should look into the project Astronova. It could be a promising project. It's not on Sol. What chain is it on? Astronova. Let me see if I can pull that one up. Is the ticker RVV? Let's see. Astronova World. I'm just trying to load the website if you're wondering, without crashing the stream. Oh. Okay. I think, is this the project you're talking about? Ecosystem, storytelling, games. So it's a game-based ecosystem. Cool. I don't know anything about this, but I'll definitely check it out. Seems interesting. Need a golden sticker to invest. And give me your best. Okay. Not sure what that is. Yes. Sorry, my comments, I don't know if they're coming out the way you guys are putting them in here. Well, you're on the top of the leaderboard. All right, season 2. Good stuff. Good stuff. Awesome. Yeah, it looks like a really interesting project. What coin do you prefer the most? What coin do I prefer the most? Oh, geez, the market is garbage right now. So I don't really have a coin that I prefer the most. If anything, I started dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. And that's it. I'm not dollar cost averaging into anything else. If Solana keeps tanking, say if it hits $75, I'll probably have no choice but to buy more Solana. But yeah, my bags are dry. They're very dry right now. I'm not investing in a lot. If anything, I'm looking at projects and doing my homework right now. So you guys can be part of my homework because that's what I'm doing the most. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream right now. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate your time. If you're new here, please smash the like button. Suggest more topics for next week's stream, and I'll dive into it as best as I can. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one, guys. Cheers.